Hello again, I'm Blunty, and last night, while I slumbered, snored and slobbered, Apple held a press conference to tell us all about the lovely new features in the iPhone 4.0 OS. And like any self-respecting geek and technology enthusiast, I was waiting with bated breath to find out what it was all about. So I waited for the video of the event to become available, I clicked play, and I watched Mr. Steve Jobs take the stage, or as he is known in Portugal, Steve Jobs. Why would it be different? And he told us all about what's on the roadmap for the iPhone, iPod Touch and even the iPad when they all get their future software upgrades. First off the block was multitasking, something that users and haters alike have been bitching about since year dot. And Apple have always had the same excuse why multitouch never existed on the devices in the first place, and that's because when you run a lot of apps in the background, they eat up CPU cycles, they slow down the device, they eat up memory, they make everything sluggish, and they eat the battery like Pac-Man swallowing so many power pellets. And they're right about that. Multitasking on mobile battery-powered devices does do all that, and I know this for a fact because I've got a friend who's got an Android phone, and he loves telling me about how he's running everything in the background, and then you hear him tweet 8 times a day about how he's desperately trying to find a PowerPoint to recharge his device, or he tries to show me something on the device and it's all sluggish and he can't work out why. Oh, that's right, I've got 8 apps running in the background. But Apple said they figured out a way to run apps in the background and not hinder performance and not swallow your battery whole, and the way Steve Jobs explained it makes a lot of sense. It's still going to be useful. They can still do things in the background that they need to be doing, but they don't use any resources. So hooray! The iPhone can finally do something that I've been doing on my computer for 25 years. Another brand new feature that Apple are bringing us from 1986 is the ability to put programs in folders. Seriously, this is why they held a press event, to tell everyone how excited they are about folders. Yet another exciting new feature from 25 years ago! They've updated the Mail app, so now you can do nifty things like have threaded conversations and have a unified inbox for several different accounts. Yet another feature that has been here for decades! And old Steve Jobs is up there on the stage going, look how clever we are! We've figured out all this, all on our own! We've figured out how to do it! Hey Steve, I think your reality distortion field might need a recharge because I'm not being swept up by these brand new features from 25 years ago. Custom background wallpapers, how exciting! I mean, I used to use this when I had my original iPhone, like the first version of the iPhone. I jailbroke it just to get some extra features, but then they upgraded the software and I didn't have any need to jailbreak to do the stuff I wanted to do with jailbreaking anymore. And wallpapers was one of the things I missed, but it just wasn't worth jailbreaking for. But now you can have wallpapers behind your app selection screens. You can even have a different wallpaper on your lock screen than you can on your regular application screen. This is fantastic. Imagine having pictures in the background on your regular desktop. I mean, wait a minute. Yet another feature that has been around since, I don't know, everything else we've been talking about. 25 years plus. Multitasking folders, wallpapers, what the hell? They've announced the ability of the camera to now do 5 times digital zoom, which would be great if the camera on the iPhone was halfway decent and not just merely 3.2 megapixels and a bit iffy and all that sort of stuff. Digital zoom is horrible anyway. I don't want digital zoom. Something that I am happy about is they're bringing the tap to focus into the video app. Before you tap to focus, you start your video, that was it. Focus was locked. So if you moved to something else, or you just, you went from a person to go and you shoot the background like that, your focus was all shot to hell. But now apparently they've got tap to focus in as the video is recording, which is really, really nice. I like that. But you know what? It's another feature a lot of video cameras have already had for quite some time. The ability to change focus while they're recording is pretty friggin' basic. I don't understand why they had to have a press event to announce all these brand new features of stuff that isn't really that exciting. They should have just put out a press release for this sort of stuff. I don't understand why they had to make a big deal out of it with slides and people coming up on stage and going, this is really exciting, because it's not really exciting. I'm glad to have all these features, well, most of the features anyway. I'm glad they're there, but to make a big deal out of it in a big press conference and stuff, it's ridiculous. And as much as I like Apple products, my main computer is, I mean, I've got 2 MacBooks in the house, I've got 3 iPhones in the house, one from each generation. I had an iPod Touch, which I gave away to a friend's kid. I like Apple stuff. My wireless router is the airport. Well, it's a time machine with a built-in hard drive for backups, and it's fantastic and everything. Apple products are great, in my opinion. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not afraid to take a few edges off, you know, Apple when they do something really ridiculous or anything like that. I don't get swept up in it all, but by and large, I am a fan of Apple products. It's just the reality distortion to feel didn't hit me this time, or maybe I've got my cynical pants on today, but the iPhone 4.0 OS update isn't really that big of a deal. Just throw a press release in the email next time. Save your press conferences for the really exciting stuff, like maybe finally updating the MacBook line, It's about time. They're getting a bit old. They need the new processors. Where are the laptops with the i5 and i7 gear in them? Get on with it, Apple. Come on! Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I'm Blunty. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Still don't have an iPad.